Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about a really important tool that you might not know about and you might want to use. So today's video is about Mixed-In Key 11, the world's first and most accurate key finding software for music. Improve your DJ mixing and music production right now. You guys might know Mixed-In Key from Captain Plugins. Okay, so let's just jump straight into the software. Here is a cleaned out version of Mixed-In Key. I've not dragged anything in here as of yet, so I can show you. So what this does amazingly is it detects the key or BPM of any file, and this technology was actually built by Swiss, British and American data scientists, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's put it to the test. Here is my Sad Summer sample pack. Let's find a melody loop. Okay, cool. So we've got Acoustic Love. It's 124 BPM G minor. Let's see what this says. There you go. G minor 124. And look how quick that was. Well, that was like instant. There's no editing there. That was literally just instant. Let's try another one. Distant keys 133 F minor, 133 F minor, and it also attaches the energy to it as well, which is pretty cool. Mixed-In Key is very helpful for DJs, which I'll get into as well. So if you've been producing for any amount of time, you know that not all packs assign key and BPM like I do with my sample packs, for instance. Okay, for instance, we have this Calm Waves file here, piano, and it's got no BPM attached to it, and it's got no key attached to it either. So normally, if I wanted to use this, I'd have to throw it into my DAW and kind of figure out what kind of key it's in. I get it, if you're a seasoned musician or you have an ear for this kind of stuff, you might be able to hear a piece of music and go, ah, that's D minor or whatever, but a lot of people don't have that kind of skill, me included. I don't have that skill either. And BPM wise as well, you'd have to fiddle around, maybe tapping the BPM or stretch and change BPMs to try and figure out what it's in. With this, you simply drag your file into Mixed-In Key. Let's see how quick it does it. There you go. It was literally instant again. Tempo is 174 and it's in E minor. And we can put this to the test right now. I'm going to throw this into Ableton. Change my BPM to 174. So as you can hear there, it is indeed 174 BPM. Another thing that it told us is that it was in E minor. So we can try and test that out as well. Just go over to here, set this to E minor. So I've opened Serum now, and we will be using one of the bells from my Blackout Serum pack. And we'll just be maybe making a counter melody or something, using the key that Mixed-In Key gave us, see if it fits. I think that's a real good indicator whether the key is correct as well. If that's not a good workflow for you, another great feature that's in Mixed-In Key is this piano here. So you can do single notes, minor chords or major chords. So inside of here, you can simply click along to whatever loop you're playing and see if the notes match up essentially. So like I said, a lot of DJs use this as well. Some very known DJs, in fact, DJs like David Guetta, Diplo, Kashmir, Zed, Hardwell, the list goes on. So I've thrown in my new track called Give You Everything. It's correctly guessed the key and the tempo. Why this is good for DJs is obviously key and tempo. So you can mix it with other tracks that are very similar as DJs do. Another great thing is if you do double click on this, it will tell you all the cue points as well, which is very, very, very handy if you're a DJ, and also tells you the energy of the track as well, which will give you a great idea of what to mix it with in your sets. Q1 is the intro. Q2, build. You can add cues as well. So say if I wanted a cue right on the drop here, I could add one. The great thing about mixed in key as well is their filters. So you can filter by key. As you can see, I've got 2 F minors in here, but if I had more, I could filter between all of the F minors by clicking the camelot wheel over here. Do by tempo, even energy, genre. What's great about this as well is if you flip music on the regular, what I mean by flip is like remix tracks on the regular, you might just have the actual track title and that's it. So like here, I've got Bugsy Malone's Daily Duppy, which I flipped into something else. You can drag it in and it will tell you the key and tempo instantly, just so you can throw it in and start making music instantly. Like it does take me a bit of time to figure out what key it was in originally and tempo and then start making music. This kind of takes that little buffer at the start of your producing sessions out of the equation. What's really cool about this as well, you got playlists. You can add your own playlist. I'm going to call this one Old School Grime because I have a lot of old school grime sounds which have no BPM, no key attached to it or nothing. So this could be very handy with that. Let's see how big this is. So we've got 3 gigs worth of samples in here. Let's see how long it takes for it to do its thing. Okay, so full transparency, this took about 6 minutes to perform. Bear in mind, it's 13,000 files, by the way. And the lovely thing about this is that you'll only have to ever do it once, and then it's just there forever. And if you add to it, you'll only be adding single files, which you've seen, you can add instantly. But yeah, awesome. As you can see, now it has key, tempo, energy, everything attached to it like we wanted. A sharp minor, and you can just drag and drop these straight into your DAW. Let me show you an example of me doing that. There we are, straight into the DAW. What's awesome about this as well is sometimes I've had packs where the key that is actually labeled on there sounds weird when I'm putting like counter melodies or bass lines down, and then you kind of have a hunch that the key is wrong and then you have to try and figure it all out. What you can do here is literally just throw it in there and it will tell you the correct key and if it matches up to the title of the loop. So this is brilliant here because as you can see here, the titles of these were absolutely terrible. And some of these are very, very old samples as well. And to be able to come straight in and get the key and tempo that I want straight away is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I can go into my DAW and listen to them in DAW in the side section in Ableton, but they don't tell you the key or tempo, unless it's in the title itself. And say if I want a specific instrument, I can use the search bar at the very top to type in something like string, and it will show me all of these string options in here. So you can really dial down very fast. Say if you open your project and you want, I don't know, an F minor string at X BPM, you can literally type it in, see the key, see the BPM, go on back into your DAW and start producing again. And I have tons of folders just like this grime one that really needs organizing. And this is kind of just an extension of my I'm deleting all of my VST plugins video, where I decided I wanted to minimalize a little bit, organize my music production as a whole. And this is kind of like an extension of that. This is amazing for organizing all of your samples and whatnot. Sometimes as a recording engineer, you might need to know the key just to pitch your singers or rappers using auto-tune, all that kind of stuff. So it's really helpful to know in that instance. So yeah, if any of that sounds helpful and you do want to purchase Mixed in Key 11, I'll leave the link in the description below. So big shout out to Mixed in Key for sponsoring today's video and for creating such helpful software for us music producers. I've been Dixon. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.